Hello everybody, it's Merlin here. Now that I've been thinking about that whole Pokemon thing, I might make an official video on this because I really would like to go in depth with some real analysis and comparison. But then again, it partially depends on the kind of feedback I get from this video. I want to see if you guys are on the same level with me. Because I think most of my subscribers, they watch a fair amount of anime, they read a fair amount of manga, so the majority of you guys kind of know where I'm coming from here. I think you can understand what I'm saying. For this comparison. If you guys have seen the title for the video, obviously, I just want to briefly talk about Pokemon versus Digimon. Now, I will be completely honest. My knowledge, like I said in the other video, my knowledge of Pokemon is relatively just limited to the animated series, and that would be the anime version that was put over here and distributed in the United States, and like the first couple of video games for the Game Boy. Like I said, my knowledge of Pokemon is admittedly limited. So when I'm going to compare them, comparing Pokemon and Digimon, I'm going to be comparing the animated series, the anime themselves. And to be fair, because I also am really only familiar with the first 2 seasons, which is really the first series of Digimon Adventure, and to some degree, Digimon Tamers. That's where the primary comparison is coming from. I think that Digimon, if you just base them, even the American dub and writing and script from both shows, I think that it's clear that Digimon is better. Now, in all honesty, I feel like when Digimon first came out, I know that a lot of people have made the comparison that it's just a Pokemon ripoff. Well, like a lot of shows, yeah, it kind of is. But I would argue that the anime series genuinely did it better. I don't know how much detail I'm really going to have to go into this, but if you just compare the anime series, seriously, if you watched them both and you grew up with both of them, try to watch them both now and see which one holds up. For me, I could watch like a couple episodes of the Pokemon series, and it's just ridiculous. You can't take it seriously at all. If you watch the Digimon show, you actually can get through the seasons. Still a little corny, but overall it holds up a lot better. I think the primary reason for this is, well, instead of making the Pokemon, well, potentially slaves and the entire foundation of their society based around it, it's very different. You have these kids, you have these companions, these monsters to help them fight and also grow as people, and they have a specific reason for going on the missions that they're going into. They get sucked into this other world that is run by these little monsters, but that's their society, and they're a part of it, and they are the chosen ones. They are special. They are there to basically help the Digimon, and they're on a more even playing field. Plus, because it's a much more limited series, and it's much shorter, it actually allows the characters to develop. Yeah, it's still kind of aimed in a more simplistic way, and I mean, you still have a lot of the same corny lessons in both shows about friendship and responsibility, etc. But I think they're generally good lessons, and believe me, I still think that the Pokemon series did have some good heartwarming moments. I think that Ash actually went and really practically sacrificed himself and, was able to put himself under a lot of pain and stress to help his Pokemon. He cared about them, which made him kind of unique in respective terms of that particular world. But in regards to the actual plot of Digimon, the characters were allowed to grow because they had a much more contained story, and they had some really consistent themes that their characters and their arcs were literally based on. Like I said, it's kind of corny, but at least it was clear and it was tightly developed, and it keeps some interest. Plus, the Digimon themselves actually being fully fledged characters you could talk to and interact with, as opposed to, the Pika Pika stuff. That's a pretty distinct advantage as well. So, like I said, this is based on the fact that I'm just judging these 2 series, specifically the American dub. I'll be honest, I have not listened to the Japanese dub of either series, but based on the American version of both, I think it's clear that Digimon is better. It's better in terms of story, themes, character development, animation, the dynamics between the monsters and the humans. Admittedly, it is a different story, but the problem is with Pokemon, it keeps going and going, and you could say, oh, the goal is to become a better trainer and learn that by meeting new Pokemon, but it got so repetitive, and obviously Pokemon, to some degree, went on for years and years. I don't even know if it's still going on, whereas Digimon was limited to a couple seasons. But when it's that contained, there's a lot less filler, and you don't really have the time to flesh things out. You have to keep it more contained and get stuff done and utilize the time you have. And I just think Digimon did that a lot better. I mean, I put Digimon in my top 20 series for anime series of all time, and I still hold to that. Yeah, there's a little nostalgia motivating that decision, but I still think it holds up really well. I think it's a great introductory series, especially for kids. But let me know what you guys think, just based upon that limit. I mean, maybe the expanded universe of Pokemon is just as good or better than Digimon. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, though. Do you think that maybe Pokemon holds up there, or do you think that the original dub, I personally think there's no comparison to the difference, but I'm curious what you guys think. So let me know in the comments section below, and I'll talk to you guys later.